Hi again. So I'm still in bed. If you haven't just watched my video, that I'll probably title something like "My Journey So Far." Um, yeah, we'll just call it "My Journey So Far." Not to sound too pretentious. But if you watch that one first, I'll explain why I'm in bed right now. Nothing exciting. I wish. More around being lazy. Just pure lazy. Although I have been for. I'm doing couch to 5K. I'm getting off topic already. One, welcome. Hello to week 4 of maintenance. So it's been a rainy week here in sunny-ish Canada. So we are in, I live in kind of northern-ish Alberta. I'm saying ish a lot because if, for those of you not in Canada or in the US, go find a map and see how big Canada is. It's bloody massive. It's huge. I think something like the whole of the UK could fit into Alberta, which is just the province we live in, which don't surprise me because it's big. Anyway, so that's where I am. So I'm kind of in the northern point of that. So we tend to be cold and rainy and weird weather. We can get 4 seasons in a day. And I know we say that about back home, but literally it could be 30 degrees in the morning and then snowing overnight. That has happened. Anyway, so it's been one of those weird weather weeks. So, which I'm noticing does impact how I eat, because when I go outside to do a walk or a run, then I tend to eat really well the rest of the day because, hey, I just did my exercise. I'm not going to ruin it now with food, even though you should eat when you exercise. So it really does play a part in kind of what I'm up to. And the other thing to say is that this week I got my hair did. It's a bit dark for now, but that will fade. It's still got all the hair dye in it. I got it done Thursday, and they said don't wash it for a few days, and it's driving me up the wall. I think I can make it to tomorrow morning. Do you like the cut though? I'd have never done a cut like this when I was bigger. But I sat in the chair, and I got a lovely hairdresser. Her name's Robin, and she looks exactly like Poison Ivy, and I love her to death. Anyway, so Robin's, I've been going to her for about 2 years, and I'd had a bit of a rough-ish day that day, so I just sat in the chair and I was like, just do what you want. I don't care. And she's like, well, you've been going shorter and shorter. She's like, can I just give you the cut? It's a lot shorter. I was like, okay, just do what you want, Robin. I trust you. And I do like it. I just can't tie it back, which will be fine. I'll just have to deal with it. Anyway, there's me hair. So got me hair done. So if I'm going itching the whole time, I am sorry. I'll try and be less distracting with it. The other thing I did this week was get a facial. So I'm shiny. Look how shiny. Do shiny. Look at me go. But I got a facial done, and it was amazing, and I love it forever. Look how shiny I am. So I haven't put any makeup on because I just want to be like lathered in oil forever. So this week I did maintain, I'm still in maintenance. So maintenance, if I haven't said before, God knows if I have, you can be 2 pounds over your goal weight or 2 pounds under your goal weight. So it's like a 4 pound straddle. And you maintain that for 6 weeks. So I hit 155 4 weeks ago. That was my goal weight. I could, according to my BMI, be between 125 and 155. How that's a healthy range, I don't know. Like, that's huge. That's like 2 stone 2 pounds. But whatever BMI creators, it doesn't mean anything anyway. But I was gonna go for like 140 pounds, 10 stone. But then as I'm looking in the mirror, the further and further I was going down, I was like, I'm starting to actually look a bit gaunt. Plus, I do like my muscle that I'm building, and I feel like if you go too low, it doesn't give you any room to like tone up and build muscle, because muscle is more dense than fat. It weighs more. It doesn't weigh more than fat. That whole like whatever. You get more muscle than you do fat. Von Chock did a great video about this. Go and listen to her. She knows what she's talking about. I just make it up as I go along. Anyway, bang stick clay. I wanted to be able to build muscle. I do like having a bit of curve on me. So I was happy at 155. So I called goal at 155, which was amazing because the moment you say, "Oh, I've hit goal," everyone just stares at your body, and it's like the weirdest thing. It's like, oh, it's so weird. Anyway, so that was an interesting day when I called goal because I think they were like, "Well, you could do a couple more pounds," and I'm like, "I don't want to." One day when I figure out how all this editing malarkey works, I'll post some pictures in there to show you kind of how far I've come from before, but also what I look like now, and you'll see what I mean. Like, any more off, and then I don't think I'd have been happy. So, anywho, so I weighed in this week at 154 pounds, which I'm more than happy with. It was a £0.5 loss since last week, so that does worry me a bit because I don't want to keep losing £0.5 at a time, so I have to be within that 155 bracket, and that's where I want to stay. So I'd rather be 155 or a little bit up than 155 and a little bit down. I mean, really, it's splitting hairs, but at the same time, there's just this thing where 155 was my goal, so any less, I feel like, am I doing too much? And as I was just talking about in my journey so far video in there, there's a lot of feeling around me and my weight and what I look like and how much I weigh and all of that. So it's the feelings that I'm worrying about sparking off. So that does mean that next week I weigh in, and then the weigh-in after that I should reach Weight Watchers Lifetime, which for any Weight Watchers members who are not at Lifetime is like the thing, because you get the best bling, you get a little golden key, and that's the only thing I want forever. So I've got all my priorities right, don't you worry. So we are, and by we, I go with two very good friends. So whenever I talk about Weight Watchers, I tend to go we, as if like we're all one uni mind, which I'm pretty sure we are, but whatever. So when we go to Weight Watchers and we weigh in next week, I hope to still be maintaining. Last week I started the Couch to 5K program. There's an app for it. It's where you basically learn how to run a 5K from having no training. So it's like the training program to do. It's really fun. I am going to do a colour run. Colour me rad. Colouring is, I don't know, you get coloured in while you run. And I'm doing that with my friend Louise for my birthday, who is this human being who wants to go do a 5K for her birthday in August, but apparently that's who I am now, so that's what we shall do. I'm very much looking forward to it. It will be fun. The first week, I did the first week of the training program last week, and it was really good. It was nice to have a different motivation other than just wanting to like just go to the gym to lose weight. It's weird. Like, when you don't have that as your driver anymore, you're not losing weight. You should go to the gym to be healthy and get some exercise and do some weights and feel strong and strengthen your body and have time away from the kids and go to listen to that podcast that you love and all of that stuff. When those are the focus and not the goal, like the goal was go and lose weight, but do all these other fun things as well. Now it's doing the fun things as the focus. It feels quite weird to me anyway. So it was nice to have this Couch to 5K to be that other focus. So I did that. I did it at the gym and I did it outside, which was very strange to be running outside amongst friends and neighbours. It's always someone you know, isn't there? Like, just sweating and like breathing heavy. In your head you look like, you know, the most amazing runner, like Baywatch or something, and I'm pretty sure your neighbour comes around the corner and it reveals you for the hideous heaving sweaty mess that I am. But anyway, that was fun. And I've also been more committed to doing strength training workouts, and when I say that, it sounds very pretentious, but it's literally just there's videos on here which I will try and link in the comments box if I can figure that out. I'm very new to all this, as you can tell, but from Fitness Blender, And she does great videos. If I'm not able to link it, just look for strength training for people who get bored easily. And she never does the same exercise twice, so it's so great. So if you're doing burpees or you're doing a plank or whatever you hate to do, you know you only have to do it that once, and the rest of the routine is going to be stuff that you'll likely enjoy. So I really enjoyed doing that this week, and just being more committed to doing that. Food wise, the other last video from last week, I talked about having just a small bowl of crisps and stopping there and feeling okay. My hair, feeling okay with it, which I didn't do. You'd be surprised. I ended up eating like the whole giant bag, although my son ended up coming downstairs and helping me do that. And I'm really trying not to give my kids the same thing around food. So really try not to talk about it in front of them, or like saying things like I shouldn't eat that or I should eat this, because I don't want them to start the unhealthy thinking patterns that I had. I wouldn't wish that on anyone, and I especially don't want to instill it into human beings either. So I tend to keep all those thoughts between me and my friends and here and myself, and just not share that in that way. So when he comes downstairs and wants some chips, I'm like, please have some, or crisps, sorry, bilingual, chips and crisps. So anyway, I gave him some. So he did eat some of them, but yeah, didn't go well. And then I also ate chocolate, because why not? I've just eaten all these crisps, so I'll eat chocolate too. Makes all the sense in the world. But I was very cognizant of what I was doing. I tracked it all in my app, which I have hardly ever had a binge since joining Weight Watchers. But when I did do it last week, I decided to track it, and so I was like 60 something points that day, like double what I should be eating, and I felt so sick afterwards. I couldn't eat dinner, so I couldn't eat anything healthy. I was just like, ooh. So I think I had an apple with some PB2 dipped in like the PB2, the powdered peanut butter. So I did that for dinner. Not great, not healthy, but I owned it, I tracked it, I realised it for what it was, and I've kind of moved on. I just did it and moved on, and the next day at the gym, I went to the gym, and as I'm doing my couch to 5k, the whole time I'm like, oh, what's the point? I ate all that food yesterday. So it wasn't good, and I'm going to try and remember that for the next time, because I don't want to live a life where I never eat frigging crisps again. They're my favourite thing, and I should eat them in moderation when I want to. So that's where I need to get my head at, not I ate them and now I have to feel guilty forever. So it's taken me 34 years to get here. Hopefully within the next 34 years I'll be able to learn that it's okay to have some crisps and some chocolate, and not to die of guilt afterwards. So yeah, but I still managed to lose half a pound. So I was ready for a little bit of a gain because of that. I'd also throughout the week, just through work stuff, not really eating lunch at work, and so then you come home and you're like super hungry. So you eat things that maybe you would have thought twice about. And again, I'm not trying not to say things I shouldn't eat. What I mean is things that I would like to have thought twice about. But I didn't. I just ate them, and it is what it is. I did enough exercise, I guess, to balance it out, which I suppose is how people who don't struggle with disordered eating or weight loss and weight maintenance journeys, I guess that's what they do naturally. I don't know. Or is that a myth? I don't know. My husband's very slim, and he tends to naturally eat too much for him, and then be like, oh, I'm good for like the next week, and just balances it out, eating healthily in between, and not really fancying it, like not being like, oh, it's up in the cupboard and I should really think about it forever until I eat it. So that's kind of the place I'm hoping to get to. Last week's Weight Watchers meeting was about valuing yourself and how you give yourself value and the things you love about yourself. So I'm trying to focus on those things. So I might start incorporating that into my videos. So every week, rather than just doing, did I maintain, or what did I do? That was close. Did I maintain what happened? You know, with my body, actually also talk about something that I either did for myself, so like the facial and the haircut, or something that I value about myself. And this week I'm valuing my patience. I feel like, not as much with my kids. I yell at my kids so much. I even hear it in myself and I'm like, ew, but I'll work on that another day. But my patience, especially, you know, at work, when other people seem to crumble a bit, I like to think that I don't crumble, that I get tired and I disengage, but I don't kick up, not drama, because it's not, that makes it sound unnecessary, but I tend to not stir the pot. I just kind of, let's see how things play out. So that's one thing I value about myself this week. I'm going to try and remember to do that every week, because in my mind, something that's got me as far as I have with this journey is that it's not always about that number on the scale. Not that it's not important, but it's not about that. And it's not about what size clothes you wear. It's about how much like you feel you are. And sometimes that can be a million miles away from who you feel you are. So on that note, I'm going to end it there for today. I might try and take some pictures of the foods I eat during the week to show you guys next week. But again, that seems like I need to figure out how to edit, which will happen one day, I promise. So maybe that should be my goal for this week. Figure out how to do this better. And then stop trying to be fancy. Okay, well, thank you ever so much. And I look forward to talking to you in week 5. Take it easy.